Good morning, everybody. Today we are going to try and get done with soybean harvest. This is our last field. So it's warm out this morning, but we've got a lot of acres to do. We've got a big goal to accomplish. Come with us. This beast needs to eat some breakfast, get filled up with diesel exhaust fluid, and then everything gets blown off to prevent fires. This stuff is super dry and super flammable. So all this needs to go, everything else needs to be blown off. No combine fires around here. All right, let's get to it. Before we can get started, we have this sickle to replace, which should be easy. Just these two bolts and replace this here. Watch your fingers, those are sharp.
Yeah. It's kind of like a little puzzle.
It's like a puzzle. Kind of gotta slide it in just right. Line up the holes. New one on. These plants may look unassuming, but these stems are so tough and hard on the sickles. Here's our soybean pod. The outside is getting hard and crispy, and inside is our crop. There are soybeans. Grant is doing checkovers on the semi-trucks because all these soybeans are getting hauled to town. So he's checking tires, checking the oil, coolant levels, making sure these are all ready for the day. And we have a flat tire back here. What are we gonna do about that?
It's not flat yet, but it's pretty squishy.
Getting there?
It sound like that, not like that. So that one needs to be filled up.
It's like testing a watermelon at the store.
Just give it a good tap. I am in charge of getting the semi-trucks ready. I've checked the oil and the water on this one, bumped all the tires, and I drove that one here, so I checked that one already. Trucks are good to go. Let's haul some soybeans.
We have 3 people racing against the clock to finish this field today. Me, Gage, and Grant. Do you guys think we can do it? As soon as soybean harvest is over, hopefully by the end of today, we can move on to corn harvest, which is way more satisfying and exciting. We have way more acres of corn, so be sure to stick around for that. First step is we're going to turn on the internals of the combine. Everything back here. This is the digestive system of our machine. This is all of the shaky plates, the sieves, everything that's separating what we don't want from what we do want, which is going to be stored behind us. Next, turn on the head. This is the mouth. Speed it up to full rabbit run. Start going forward. Put everything down, kick the auto steer on, and enter the field. Everything feeds in, the grain gets threshed, and goes into our grain tank. I'm watching to make sure everything is being properly fed in at about the same rate of speed. I'm looking at the moisture. I'm looking at how well my engine is performing. I am looking at my speed. Don't want to go too fast or too slow. And it's all about just kind of getting the right feel of everything. So you don't listen to music or anything, and you try and pay attention to what the machine is sounding like and what the head is sounding like to make sure nothing breaks. Because it's very important that we keep going. We have a goal to finish today. This is the last of our soybeans, so we can't have any breakdowns. It's imperative that we are a well-oiled machine, the actual machine and the employees today. These passes right here where I've already cut on the right and left side are so satisfying.
Aurora, you got a copy?
Yep, go ahead.
I'm gonna shuffle these trucks around, so if you need me, just holler. I'll have my radio.
Sounds good. I am only 27% full, so I'm good. I'll go up this pass and then down, and then I'll make a cut, and then you can come get me in that new cut.
10-4, over.
Over and out, rubber ducky. And there's our plan. This field is right along Interstate 80, so if you're ever driving through Nebraska on I-80, be sure to wave because you just might see me. So I'm always keeping an eye out and looking for like trucks that are honking or people in their cars waving. So just keep an eye out. Something crazy did happen in this field last year. We were cutting the end rows, it was corn, and we came across a spot in the field where a car had run off the interstate and crashed into our field. It was kind of a crazy scene.
Look at that.
We're opening up this field, and this is our field. Gert and I have talked about this a lot. It's our field right off I-80. And I was like, what was driving out here? Do you see the tire tracks? Someone came off the interstate, plowed right through that fence there, came in our field.
Someone crashed into our field.
We are coming to the end of the field, so as soon as all of the crop has entered the head, there's my little beep saying I'm almost done. Press number 1, slow down, start turning around for my next pass. Hey Gage, do you have a copy?
Yes, ma'am.
I am 75% full now, so I'm just gonna go ahead and make my cut and then you can pick me up on the way back.
Yeah, go ahead.
And here we go. Brand new cut in the land. These beans seem to be a bit tangly over here. I don't know why that is. Feeds right through though. Might have to lower my reel down a little bit so it feeds better. Gage took the tractor to the pivot point and he is going to start the engine and get this pivot moving because we have cut a place for it to rest. And we need it out of the way so we can cut all the beans under it. I am 91% full, so it's time to swing the auger out. You can see in the mirror there it's coming out, and I will unload onto Gage's grain cart. I am going 2.7 miles an hour right now. Having a grain cart increases the efficiency of our operation so much because the combine stays running all of the time And the grain cart is just the gopher right in between the combine and the trucks. A lot of people ask why we don't just unload straight onto the trucks, and that was because either the combine would have to stop harvesting, go to the end of the fields, fill the truck, and then start everything back up. And that is just so much starting and stopping on all the equipment, a lot of extra wear and tear. I really think so too. I think we're a pretty good team, and if we keep things moving, I think we could get it done.
Oh yeah, definitely. The original, there's the Three Musketeers, there you go.
Yes, exactly, the Three Musketeers. The other option would be to have the trucks just follow along like the grain cart's doing, and we do not have very nice semis, and I think that would be really...
I take that back, the Three Stooges sound better.
The Three Stooges instead of the Three Musketeers. Yeah, I think that's a better depiction. That's super hard on the trucks, and we want those things to last. So having a grain cart, we already have the tractors, just makes everything easier. Down goes the grain. Through the cross auger, out the unloading auger. See what I mean? That big bunch of stuff that just gets stuck there? Look at how tangly these beans are. I'm gonna try and solve that by lowering my reel, hopefully feeding things in a little bit better. Did you say you were having problems getting that engine started down there?
Yeah, I don't really know what's going on. It's like I don't have spark. It turns over just fine. Like it's gonna start, but I don't have any ignition. So I don't know if the distributor cap is all like messed up and sometimes it's twisted. So I don't know. I think I might give Grant a call.
Okay, yeah, give Grant a call, but check the battery. You said it turns over, so that's good. That thing is fueled with natural gas, so make sure, I don't know, there's no reason why there shouldn't be gas, but yeah, give Grant a call and see what he has to say about it.
Will do. Over.
Even when we're not irrigating, pivots, still causing us trouble. Like I said, during all of our watering season, these things are the biggest blessing ever, and we would not be able to produce the crop that we do without them, but they are a big burden, and it seems like there's always something wrong. Just like mowing a lawn. Look at those nice stripes I'm laying down. Gage, what did Grant say?
What was that?
What did Grant say about the engine?
So there's this extension cord, and he just told me to plug it in. I don't know what it does or what it will do, but he said try it.
Okay, sounds good. I've got this tangly mess, so I'm gonna lower the head down and take the reel up, and Gage is gonna untangle that for me. Everything is off, it's in park, I'm not touching anything, so we're safe. There we go. All right, let's see if this thing starts. Excellent.
Go again?
We are good. I am unloading onto the grain cart right now, and Gage asked me why we were going so slow, because we're matching speeds right now, and we're going under 2 miles an hour, 1.9 miles per hour. He's asking, why are we going so slow? And it's because right now these beans right here are in a low spot in the field, so there's a lot of extra moisture that got to them. So these plants never died. They're still super green and have a lot of bushy leaves on them. And so there's so much organic material being fed into the mouth of the combine. My engine load reaches a critical point where I actually can't go any faster. And on top of that, I've got an extra 2 or 3 unloading augers that are running. So I've just got so much engine load, it won't let me go any faster. Soybean harvest is kind of a slow going deal. You are going to have the most perfect grain cart load. I'm almost done. All right. right, you are full, good sir. As soon as we get to the end of this pass, I've got to shut the combine down just for a few minutes. I have to go to the bathroom. It's past 4 p.m. and I've been running the combine since a little before, it's probably 11 this morning. And my goal is to keep the combine moving for as long as possible, but I think it's finally time. That's also good just to get out and check everything over. Now, back to it. Oh no, I fear I miscalculated when I went and cut it around a spot. I think I'm gonna have a row of shame. Yep, look at that. Ugh, just a few plants. Unfortunately, not worth turning around and getting. Going on. We're getting there, folks. Slowly knocking it out, acre by acre. We have all of that over there done. That right there, folks, is a skunk. I wish you guys were here right now. Grant chased it out at the end of the field. He was just finishing a pass and the skunk ran out, sprayed everything. And I obviously have the air on in here, and it's just, the skunk smell is so overwhelming, it's difficult to describe. So yeah, you guys should be here. This is just great. This is awesome. Hazard of the job, I guess. Just hit a really green patch of beans and our combine head plugged up. So right in the mouth, like pretty much right here on the combine is just a big tangly mess of weeds and green beans. And the co-op's about to close and beans are just getting wetter as the night goes on. The moisture just goes up in the plant. So I think we're gonna have to call it quits for the night, dig out our mess, and start again tomorrow morning. Pretty disappointed that we didn't get it done today. Yeah, I guess in theory, as long as we didn't break anything.
Here lies the problem. There's this little door that opens up, and as you can see, it is all plugged in there. So I'm first gonna blow it out. And see what we're working with. That is just a tangled mess of dirt, beans, weeds, grass, and a big green low spot in the field. And I probably should have slowed down a little bit more, but I didn't. And now I'm paying the consequences. So frustrating. We were almost done for the day too. Now I'm gonna be here for like another hour. Hopefully. Doesn't take that long, but I gotta dig it out because right now it's all warm from just going through the combine, and so it'll sit there and it'll expand as it gets warmer, and that makes it even harder to get out. So you don't want to let that sit overnight because it could get warm up enough and catch on fire. So we gotta get it out. I've got my safety block under the hydraulic cylinder so the head doesn't fall on me, and upon further inspection I found another handle, and I think this will allow me more access to it. So we're gonna try to open it up here. Come on. Not quite sure how this works. I got it all pulled out of there. That's what stopped me. I started up, ran it. Nothing seemed to be broken, no broken belts. So I'll get all my tools put away and we will call it a day.
driving the Kenworth right now. It's an automatic, which I'll be honest, I'm not the biggest fan of. I think I'd rather be in control of when the truck shifts gears. I've got 2 trucks in front of me, so hopefully this doesn't take too long. I'm guessing less than 30 minutes. Shut down for tonight. Hopefully we're not broken down too bad. Back at it tomorrow. I almost forgot to roll the window up. That could have been bad. There we go. We were not able to finish the field last night. Things just got so wet and tough. We had to call it quits, which is really unfortunate because we had such a good thing going, but the crops dictate what we do. So it wasn't for lack of stamina or people, just couldn't get it done. Sometimes the beans get so wet that the co-op won't actually accept them and won't store them. So that's what we got last night, but things are working and we're here again today and we'll definitely finish today. This is actually my first time in the grain cart this year. I've been spending most of my time in the combine. PTO shaft that spins the auger that unloads the grain from the grain cart onto the semi-truck trailer. After several weeks, this is officially the last pass of soybean harvest for 2024. This took us so much longer than we were anticipating because the soybeans are ready. See, they're dry and crispy and just pop right open, but there's still so much green material on the plants. Very odd. So it's been kind of slow going, but we're finally to the end and ready to move on to corn harvest. After 4 fields of soybeans, this thing is going away until next year. 35-foot John Deere Flex draper head being put away. 2 super expensive pieces of equipment that sit behind me. They each only get used for a short time each year, but we couldn't farm without them. You can see right where this piece rests. The hydraulics get disconnected, as well as the PTO shaft that powers the whole thing. The combine isn't going to stay bare naked for long because now it's time for corn harvest. I hope you guys all enjoyed soybean harvest as much as we did. Like I said, slow going, but we made it to the end. Now it's time for corn. You guys ready? Thank you so much for watching today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. We'll see you in the next one for corn. Bye.